Sticking up for yourself. Sticking up for yourself, right? There you go.
Thank you.
All right, well, somebody else tell me what that video is about.
To stop bullying.
Stop bullying.
Star.
See, one thing about kids and teaching classes to kids, they love prizes.
Star.
All right? They won't talk if you don't give them anything.
Star.
So you always got to get them going by giving them something in return. Go ahead.
Help people, stand up for people if they're being bullied.
Stand up for other people if they're being bullied, right? Go ahead.
Think about the good thing about the other person. Not the bad thing.
Think good things about other people, not bad things. Now, do you even know that kids can think this far in advance about what they just looked at? All right? 'Cause a lot of times kids won't say nothing in front of you. Let's get a couple more. Let's go with the high school.
Speak out.
Speak out. Don't stand there and let things happen and not say anything about it. Okay? And my last one until we get to some more questions.
Tell the teacher.
Tell a teacher, tell somebody, all right? Bullying is a big thing. It's a big topic in the schools, whether it's elementary school in your 4th and 5th grade, or whether it's middle school or high school, all right? It's something that's going on not because kids are just being mean to each other, because kids have more ways of being mean to other kids, all right? And one of those ways are these cell phones. Kids, how many of y'all have a cell phone already? Your parents trust you with a cell phone, okay? Over half the kids that are here, okay? Now, cell phones are neat, but I'm a strong believer that cell phones should only be possessed by kids at a certain age. But as I go to elementary schools and I talk to kids and I give classes and things of that nature, even our 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders are walking around with cell phones that have internet access, all right? Which means that your kid can research anything they want to in the palm of their hands when you're not with them, okay? So how do we prevent any type of harassment or bullying with the use of cell phones, all right? The way we do that as parents, you have to check your kids' phones periodically to see what they've been doing, all right? They're smart enough to delete it, but anybody that knows anything about ITs, you can delete something, but it doesn't go away. It's there, all right? And as we get to the last part of this presentation, I'm going to show you parents how you can actually go in on a computer and check what your kids have been doing, because they offer that to you from the Commonwealth Attorney's Office, okay? Now, kids, I spend more than, well, I didn't tell you what I actually do for the Sheriff's Department, folks. I'm a deputy sheriff, but I'm assigned to the Juvenile Services Division. I'm a school resource officer, meaning I don't work the road unless school is closed. If school is open, I'm in the schools with the kids, and I'm bouncing from Gale Middle School here, and I go to the high school, which is Stafford High School, and then I go to a few of the elementary schools. I spend my day with kids in their world, getting to know what they do and how they do it, so I'm one step ahead of them. So when parents call me and say that little Johnny's being bullied, I can tell mom and dad that, no, Johnny's not being bullied. Johnny's stirring up the hornet's nest, and he's getting back what he was giving to someone else, if that is the case, okay? Anybody in here go to Gale? Yeah, we got a couple right here. Those are my students right there, okay? Do you see me in the school a lot?
Yeah.
Where do you see me the most at?
I see mostly near the cafeteria.
In the cafeteria, the most populated place in the school, all right? Every cafeteria period has at least 300 kids in there, maybe 200, and depending on the size of the school. That's where things happen. That's where they all communicate. That's where they all get into little scuffles and things like that. Do you see me in the hallways? All right. Sometimes you'll see me have I been in your classroom yet?
Probably.
Yeah. So it's a matter of getting around, getting to know these kids, interacting with them, letting them know that I care about what they do, but also letting them know that if they do something wrong and I teach them to do right and they continue to do wrong, I'm going to contact a parent, and the parent's going to be called in to get involved, okay? We have to get parents more involved in what kids are doing on the computers at home, on the laptops, the tablets, and what they're doing on these cell phones, because these are portable computers, okay? So please, parents, I'm telling you, if you want to know what's really going on with your child, you've got to be able to control this cell phone and periodically check on what they're actually doing. 'Cause they're going to tell you, oh, I'm just researching video games, or I'm just playing this, or I'm talking to somebody. But the social media that's out there that kids are signing up for when they're supposed to be 14 years old or older, they're actually signing up for it at the age of 8 or 9 years old. And all they're doing is clicking the box, yes, I talked to my parents, I am 14 years of age. And then they're getting on there when they have these phones, and they're on Kick, they're on Facebook, they're on Twitter, they're on Instagram, all right? And they don't have their face on there all the time. They pick characters to put on there, so that you don't know that's them if you start surfing looking for, and they're not gonna use their name 9 times out of 10. Okay? Now some of the kids look at me, why are you giving away my secrets? Why are you telling on me? Okay? All right? I always say this, if you can't press send on this device or the computer or the laptop or the cell phone, or even I found out the other day, what's those little games that, it's a little flip game?
DS.
DS's. Yeah, I just found out that those have cameras and they connect to the internet now. All right, there's a new version that comes out. All right, so what does that tell you, parents? They can get on the internet. They don't have to have this. They can tell you I have a DS and I'm playing games, but they're actually communicating through the internet. Okay, and because of that feature, bullying is going to continue to happen if we don't stay on top of our kids. Okay, and it's not being mean; it's just showing that you love them and that you're gonna know and you're gonna demand to know what they have going on in their lives. Okay, so what I'm saying is this, kids: bullying is something that can be controlled. Bullying is something that can be prevented, but it also needs to be a smart user on these devices. All right. So kids, don't be afraid to let your parents see your phones and know what you're doing, because sooner or later they're gonna figure it out. When I show you this disc that's gonna be available to parents, not tonight, but down the line, there's certain things you have to do to get it. You'll be able to load it onto your computer at home. You'll be able to upload everything that's on their phones and everything that's on their computers and see what they've been doing when you're not at home. Okay? All right. So bullying, let's understand that if you do have a problem with bullying, somebody's teasing you, and there's a difference between teasing somebody and somebody being bullied. All right? Most of the phone calls I get from a parent saying my child's being bullied because they received a threat, or someone said they were going to punch him or kick him or something like that, or beat him up. That's not really bullying. Bullying is something where someone can repeatedly, we used to call it harassment back in our days. All right, parents, when we used to get harassed by someone, now they call it bullying. It's got to be something that's been going on for a period of time that the kid has tried everything to have this kid stop, and now it's affecting their well-being, meaning that they're starting to isolate themselves or not communicate with others because they're afraid that this person is always going to be there. Okay? So you got to understand what bullying is. But whenever a kid says they are bullying, you should contact that principal if they're saying it's happening at school, because 99% of the stuff that happens at home on the computer, what they do the next day.
I'm going to invite her over here for a game of soccer.
They bring it to school. All the problems that happen in your house and they're not talking to you about, when they come to school the next day, that's where it ends up. All right? And the teachers are dealing with it, the principals are dealing with it, and then at the point that they can't handle it anymore, then us police officers are handling it in the school. Okay? So they got to be able to talk to you and tell you that it's going on. You got to call the school and let the principals know, or let the SRO know. I don't know, how many of us are from Stafford County? Live in Stafford County? How many of us live in Spotsylvania County? Okay. Hey, what's up? All right. Those two counties I know have school resource officers in all their